Hey Chidik Champions, this is Mrs. Tepper here. We're so excited to see all of your videos for the culture fair this year. I thought I'd kick it off by sharing a culture that my family and I do every year. We dress up in matching pajamas and we make something called challah. So I thought that I would call in an expert, Chef Brian,
Hello.
to help us make challah. So Brian, what is challah?
So challah is an egg bread, and we usually braid the challah. You can either do a 3-strand braid or a 6-strand braid. Today I'm going to show you a 6-strand braided challah. So let's go over to our mixer and I will show you how we make challah.
And Chef Brian's going to show you step-by-step how to make challah. So what do we have in the mixer, Brian?
So to start, all we have in here is 4 to 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and we're just going to turn that on, and we are going to add in a 1/4 cup of sugar, and we are going to add in, I eyeball this, it's about a teaspoon of kosher salt.
You can use regular salt too if you only have regular, but we use kosher salt.
And we let that mix real briefly, and then what we add in is 2 eggs, 1 egg yolk, and a 1/4 cup of any type of oil, like neutral flavor, so vegetable, canola. And we just slowly add this into the mixture.
You want to make sure you add it in nice and slow, so maybe like an egg yolk at a time. Okay, what do we add next, Chef Brian?
So once the eggs and oil are incorporated, we have a mixture here of 1 cup of flour and 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast with a pinch of sugar, and you want to let this set for 5 to 10 minutes until the yeast is foaming on top. That means it's ready, and then you'll slowly add this in.
Okay, so we want this mixing for about 6 to 8 minutes. If you don't have a mixer like this, you can always use a normal mixer, like a hand mixer, but you want to make sure that it's mixing for about 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, so after 6 to 8 minutes, it should look like this. It's kind of like elasticy. When I stick my finger in it, you can see my fingerprints. It's a nice round ball. We took a bowl and put some oil in it to keep it nice and moist. And you basically want to just put it in the bowl and leave it for about an hour and a half so that it can rise and double in size. So in an hour and a half, we'll show you what it looks like.
All right.
Make sure you also cover the bowl so that it has a chance to rise. After an hour and a half, this is what it should look like. It has doubled in size. So after it has sat for an hour and a half and it's doubled in size, you have to cut it into a certain amount of pieces so that we could braid the challah. Now, you guys at home can cut it into only 3 pieces and braid it like you would braid your hair, but Brian is going to show us a very fancy way to braid 6 strands of challah. Okay, so Brian is going to be doing a fancy braid. Again, you can braid 3 strands to make it kind of like a braid for your hair, but he knows kind of a fancy pattern to braid the dough, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Wow, look at that braided challah. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a baking sheet with parchment paper, and it has to sit for another hour to rise one more time.
We will now put the challah in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes or until golden brown.
You have it. Beautiful challah that you can enjoy with your family. Thanks everybody for watching.